on my couch today. It is Breeder Bay on the Vet Tech Bay podcast, and who other than Southside's finest, the #1 dog dealer, JPK Pitts.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
All right, we're gonna let him introduce himself and his kennel and his special guest that he brought here today. So can you tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so first off, my name is Hit. My kennel name is Jurassic Park Kennels, aka Extreme Dreams, and I have one of my finest productions here. Her name is Aura, also known as JPK Aura. So because she is my personal production. So yeah.
I know y'all can't see my baby, but it's okay. She's gonna get her camera time in just a second. All right, don't do her. She said just gotta pay for this publicity. All right, so I did want to thank you first and foremost for coming out and bringing your baby so that we can kind of teach the people out there a little bit about what breeding is, how to do it the right way, and then just kind of some of the nicks and knacks that go around it and making a connection with the vet community, okay?
Yes.
So, speaking of the vet community, I know when you're a breeder, you kind of have to take trips to the vet office, and I just kind of want you to think back on some of your experiences and tell whether or not they were negative or positive, what you didn't like, what you wish could have happened, and just elaborate on that a little bit.
Well, I would definitely like to say that it is always good to establish a strong connection with the vet, because if you don't, it's like, as a breeder, like, it is just certain aspects that is just out of our hands. Like, okay, as far as like myself, I do all of my dogs' shots, deworming, everything. But as far as surgery, I have to have a vet. So it is critical that you actually trust your vet and the vets actually trust you.
Yep.
So it's like, my dogs always have C-section births. So I just recently had one. My dog, Sativa, she only had one puppy. It was a singleton, and it was a great process. I mean, like, everything, it was real smooth. The vets, they kept me like in the loop. So it's like everything was just copacetic.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you actually had like a positive interaction at the vet and that you found somebody that you trust with your babies, because I think the biggest stigma is that, you know, they say vets don't like breeders and we're out to get y'all and we just trying to drain y'all for your money, but we want to overly stress that what you're doing is not just something you pick up and try and you just kind of do whatever with it or you half-ass it. These are literal lives at stake that you're like kind of fooling around with. So making sure that you're not just being completely ignorant is great. And also on the vet side, everybody that comes in as a breeder is not a bad guy. They're not just, you know, money hungry. Some people actually care about the productions that they're putting out and they want to see better dog quality for, you know, in the pet home. So I think that's good. So we don't hate breeders. We just want you to be well informed and don't be scared to like really build that relationship with us, because we want your camp to succeed too. We like cute puppies. We like to be able to recommend quality dogs to other people, and I think it's getting very watered down. So I just think we kind of gotta tighten up. We gotta lock in.
Most definitely. Knowledge is power, so it's like, I feel like as a breeder, taking those trips to the vet, they tend to teach you like little tedious things, whether it's big or little. So it's like, I think you should always become a sponge as soon as you're dealing with certain crafts and people and all that, just because it's always good to learn. It's always good to have that knowledge. So you can go ahead and pass that knowledge on to the next generation of breeders or vet techs or however that goes.
Yeah, we definitely are not going to be stingy. We're not going to gatekeep information. We want you to be informed. We want you to know. We want you to learn so that you don't have problems. We don't like when you come in the ER with failed pregnancies and abortions and puppy problems and birth defects and birthing complications. We don't like to see that either. So the more that we can teach you, the less you got to see us, if we're being completely honest. We love y'all. We don't want to see y'all in those type of situations. So I think that's real good. All right, so we're gonna answer some questions with JPK that you guys asked out there, and some of his followers also wanted to know. So we're gonna dive straight into that. The first one, I think, is probably the most generic question. You probably get it every time you step out and say that you breed. What made you want to get into breeding?
Okay, so I grew up. I was born around dogs. I was always born. My parents always had like pit bulls, chows, Yorkies. What else we had? Like labs and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I was always hands on with dogs, and then my dad, he was always breeding dogs, like low level breeding though, like neighborhood breeding, like
Yeah.
sell the dogs for like $100 and all
Pet
that.
homes.
Yeah. So it's like, I just always had a passion for dogs. So it's like, I was just in college and I was like, I need to do something. Like, something has to give. And it's like, I was already breeding dogs. I was breeding pit bulls at first, but I wasn't like real
Consistent.
Yeah.
With it.
It was just like every now and then. But I'll say like my sophomore year in college, that's when like I really just decided like, let's go with it. Cause I always had the passion, and it's like, it's just something I always wanted to do. I was always intrigued by it. Like, for instance, a couple of my friends is able to vouch. Middle school, elementary school, we used to go to like lab class and all that, where like everybody's on the computer screens and all that. I used to always Google like dog kennels and dog pictures and all that. Like,
Now
it's
you're not
definitely
paying attention
deep.
in class because you Googling dogs.
Yeah,
I'm
it's definitely
dead.
deep.
Dustin.
Yeah.
That's nice. I love when I hear that basically people just got called to it. It wasn't something that you necessarily got to choose.
Yeah.
It was an itch that if you didn't scratch it, your ass was gonna die.
Exactly.
Okay, so now that you have JPK, and can you tell us a little bit about what point you are now with your camp, and what is your overall dream? What if you had to like have a movie screen and play a 30-second trailer for what JPK is supposed to become? What does that look like?
Okay, so where I'm at now, I'm in a space where it's like I'm really starting to mesh all of those bloodlines I want to keep and just go ahead and just combine them to where I have my own personal bloodline where I'm able to tell somebody that's like all the way in like Europe, like I can tell like this dog comes from me.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain features that I want to lock in. So that's exactly where I'm at right now. But as far as my ceiling, it's like I try not to put like expectations on things just because it's like it takes away from the actual
Process.
yeah. So it's like I try not to put expectations on things, but it's like, of course, I want to have my dogs everywhere. Like, I want my dogs like highlighted. Like, I want just everybody to just love my dogs, and that's the path I'm going. Like, it's not like a certain number or anything like that. Like, I just want
Just want to walk down the street and be like, oh, That's a JPK dog. That's a JPK dog.
Exactly.
Oh, I see my baby in you too. And you just kind of ask for shits and giggles. Where you get that dog from? You're like, oh, I got this from Jurassic Park. Oh yeah, I know. That's
Exactly.
me. That's big me. That's good. All right. What is the proudest litter that you have dropped?
I would definitely have to say, my Big Show bred to my female dog Honey Trap. This litter actually produced Sativa, Sky, Zoe, Cookie, and there was one more. I forgot her name, but yeah, all of those dogs are phenomenal. Like, you see them. I actually post all those puppies all the time, so it's like those puppies are just like always at the forefront. Every time I post on my page, like, who are you guys' favorite dog? They always post a puppy
From that litter?
Yeah. So it's like that's where I want to keep it going at. Like, consistency wise, like, all those puppies are just phenomenal.
Okay. Well, since you got a phenomenal litter, let me see if you can do like a parent never say they will do, but do you have a favorite?
Of course I got a favorite.
You got your golden ticket pup. Who is it?
That's my boy Trackhawk.
Period.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
track dog.
Exactly. He definitely took us off. Like,
Yeah.
he's the reason why we are at where we are at now. Because it's like I was just going on the road with him. Like, I was always posting him, everything. Like, he just have that it factor about him. Yeah.
Y'all, if y'all don't know about that dog, you're going to know about it before the end of this podcast. You're going to have to pause it right here. Go to his Instagram, go look, and you're going to be like, what's the actual
Exactly.
phenomenon? Like, that's a dog. That's a dog's dog right there. All right, last question. I think it might be our best question. If you had to give one piece of advice to an inspiring breeder out there, what would it be?
It's probably a little cliche, but it's always be patient. Just because this is the ultimate long game. Like, you gotta wait months just to actually get puppies. Then before that, you gotta wait until your dogs is actually of age. That can take years, that can take like however long. So it's like you can't just rush the process. And then it's like a lot of people always want to rush it, and they might just end up sell like their like best dog. Like, but just because that dog didn't look ideal at like 6 months, they already just sold the dog. So it's like you got to be patient, let the dogs just develop, and watch it just work for you.
All right, guys, we are going to play a little game with Hit. It is called Are You Smarter Than a Breeder Vet? We're going to ask some questions, some common things that you should know if you're in the breeding game. We're going to see who can answer the most questions. You guys out there can play too. Comment down below or send me a DM. Y'all know the rules. However many you get right, whoever sends me something first, they get merch for me because that shit is dropping on the way soon. Yeah, never play with that, okay? All right, first question. And I'm going to do a countdown so he don't cheat. Or so I don't cheat too, because y'all know I don't like to lose. What do you call a female dog? 1, 2, 3.
That's the first one. A bitch. What is a bitch?
What is a bitch? Not we playing Jeopardy. So when you hear somebody in the medical field say that, or they see a breeder bay saying bitch, and not talking to you, and not being rude, that is literally the scientific medical term for a female dog, whether she is intact or not. Okay, that part does not matter. All right, next question. What temperature signifies that your bitch is about to go into labor? 1, 2, 3. They gotta close it out. That's me. About 97, 98, 24 hours before she's about to go into labor, you'll see that temp drop, and then it'll go back up to normal before she's ready to start pushing. So just because you see that temp drop, though, don't rush the dog up there like, hey, she's in labor right now, baby. You got a little minute, okay? Go back home. Let that baby relax. Let her nest. She know when she got some shit going on, but that is what it is, okay? Next question. What is the gestation period of a dog? 1, 2, 3.
Gestation period, that is from conception all the way to birth of the puppies. No, it's not.
How many days?
It is not.
How many days is it?
It's I usually get all of my C-sections done at day 63.
Okay, so yeah. It's between like 57 and 65, but the average is 63. So if you want to like have a magic number, 63 is going to be your number. Dang, I should know your shit for real. Okay. This one, I'm already claiming is my answer because you're not going to show me it. What is eclampsia? 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Rock, paper, scissors. Wait, do you rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
I do shoot.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Trying to make sure.
On shoot, that's when we go.
Yeah. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Boom. Eclampsia is when.
Eclampsia. The eclipse
right.
is the thing. Eclampsia.
Eclampsia.
Yeah.
Damn, I messed it up. But that is when like a pregnant mother is dealing with like complications as far as like seizures, or it's like just the lack of like nutrients that can like cause like a birth defect or false pregnancies and all that. So
yeah, so it's a calcium deficiency at the time of labor or birth. So basically the baby done sucked mama dry of everything that she needs to live, and now her body is starting to end pretty where it's shut down. Okay, she's not getting what she needs. It is a very scary situation. It is life or death. If you do not get that under control and get her calcium levels back normal, you can lose mom. Okay, and we don't want that. She already went through all that trouble pushing that baby out. Okay, don't let it be for nothing.
exactly.
All right, next question. What is a stud? And don't be, look, y'all out there. It's a dog stud, okay? All right, 1, 2, 3. That's all me. That is going to be your male dog that you are breeding that is actively fathering puppies, okay? No, if you chop them balls off, that is not your stud. That's your cute little boy, but it's not your stud no more, okay? He can't do nothing for you. The next one is, when do you have a C-section? 1, 2, 3.
That was me. So
They knew.
your question, like, what exactly are you?
Give me whatever situation you want to give.
Oh, well, me personally, each one of my dogs is going to get a C-section. Why? it's because I spend all this money just on like daily keep, to where I'm not risking one of those puppies getting stuck inside of the birth canal and risk losing a whole litter, rather than going and just paying like, let's say like $1,500 for the cesarean and everything is smooth. So each one of my dogs is going to get a C-section.
Period. Well, if you're not on that level yet, certain breeds cannot have babies naturally just off jump. The body size and the puppy size, they don't line up. It's not going to happen. It's not safe. So all my Frenchie babies out there, no, okay? You can't do it at home. You have to plan that C-section. Do not even come up in my face. So I'm like, oh, she was doing so good at home and stuff went wrong. What are you talking about? Why were you at home in the first place? Why you didn't have this appointment booked? I can't. That and any other complications. So like you said, a puppy getting stuck too long in between one puppy and the next one being born, anything like that, go ahead and pop her open. Okay?
Exactly. Yeah, the puppies coming out upside down and all that. Like,
the longer the puppies are in there, the less likely that they are viable. And it's also less likely that mom has a chance of surviving the birth. All right? So, when should you breed your dog? At what point is it appropriate and recommended to breed your dog? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I feel like that was me. After the second heat cycle, okay, give her a minute. I know you real excited. You went and searched long and far for this pretty little girl. Give her a minute, okay?
yes.
Let her body get time to adjust to the hormones. I know you don't want to deal with it. Blood, nasty, ill. Second heat cycle, okay? You can even go a little longer if you want to. I ain't gonna be mad at it. When do you breed your dogs?
Me personally,
Yeah, I'm checking.
Me personally, like I've said, like, I'm gonna give you like the breeder.
Okay. Give me the breeder manual.
So, me personally, I like to wait until at least the second heat. But it all depends on your girl dog. Like, it's certain dogs that like they just mature like later on. It's certain dogs they just already mature. So it's like I like to wait until the second heat. But I've been breeding dogs ever since I was 12 years old, and I'm 26 now. So I've had times where it's like one of my boy dogs might have just got loose and locked up with a girl dog of mine, and that was her first heat. So sometimes it happens as like breeders and all that, especially when like you don't have the everything in place. So it's like, I don't think it's a life or death situation, but I definitely don't recommend doing it too early. But
if it happened, it happened.
It happens at times. It happens at times. That's just like, for instance, if a dog wasn't domesticated and they was just out
in the wild
roaming around, those boy dogs not gonna say, yo, it's our first heat. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna do it.
They get it in.
Exactly. So it's like, everything is about preference with me. So it's like, yeah.
That's good. All right, last question. Since we said heat, what is heat? What does it mean for a female to come into heat, and how long does that last? 1, I don't like the way you rub your hands. Like, I feel like you get a little too ready. 1, 2, 3.
That was me, right?
I think so.
Okay.
I'll let you have it.
Okay, so you said how long a female dog's heat. I mean, like.
And what is it? Yeah. Like,
Heat is a girl dog's period cycle. Basically, this is when she is actually ovulating to where you are able to breed her. Like, you can't just breed a dog just because it's a girl and a boy dog. She's actually not going to allow the male dog to mount her if she isn't in this heat cycle. How long does it last? Being that, like I said, I've been breeding dogs for all these years, is like, it's hard to give a exact answer, but on the average, I'll say like probably like 2 weeks. But it's like ovulation periods, it differs based on the dog. Like, I have a dog now where it's like, as soon as she started bleeding, it's probably good to breed her at like day 5. Then I have like a female dog, her ovulation period is at like day 10. Like, that's kind of like the average. But yeah, that's why it's always good to just listen to people, gain all this knowledge, and just go through all these experiences. Like, that's where you're gonna pick up all this knowledge at. So yeah.
I've been tallying up in my head the score, but I don't really think I agree with it. So I'm hesitant. I'm very reluctant to reveal the winner. But I guess we gotta give it to Hit, the breeder babe. This is not the credit of Vet Tech Babe at all. Just want y'all to know, and I'm coming back stronger than ever. But if y'all think y'all did better than him, or you can do just as good as him, like I said, drop it in the comments. Send me a DM, send him a DM, and be like, hey, I know more than you.
Please send me a DM.
I know more than you. Ask questions. But that wraps up this segment of the Vet Tech Babe podcast. I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank Hit again for coming out to talk about his kennel and talk about what he's doing. We really do appreciate you out there, and keep doing what you're doing. We will see y'all next time. Bye.
Thank you for having me.